And action.
I mean, I want you to, when you see Wing Commander 4, I mean, you'll have this noticeable difference between what Wing Commander 3 was like and Wing Commander 4, and you'll say, I thought Wing Commander 3 was good. This is really, I mean, I think some of the stuff we've been shooting, I'd put up next to any $30 or $40 million feature.
It's wonderful the way they've decided not to make it just another space combat. We did that in Wing 3, so this one really stands on its own, and that's the real, I think the real reason to do a sequel is to explore new areas, not just do the same thing you did before.
Now this one, there's 38 sets, so it's really a movie. This one is a huge movie, really, here. More than a game, even though it's going to be pulled down to a little screen on a computer.
In Wing Commander 3, it always felt like there was 2 or 3 people in the spaceship. And a big spaceship, there should be thousands of people. So with the real sets, we can put a lot more people in there. We can have a sort of depth of field that you don't normally get. And just make it look richer and more lifelike and realistic.
Last year, everyone was sort of experimenting. I mean, it was one of the first, I guess, interactive game experiences like that there ever has been. So with this, I think everyone does get along better. We know each other now from the first one. And we're having a really good time.
I think probably the best reason to do this was it was such a fulfilling experience the last time.
I enjoy it partially because it's really fun. I'm a big hero to my son's friends. You know, it's, oh, is that your dad? And so because they all play the game. You know, so. That's always delightful, and when they meet me, he says, "Hi, Captain Eisen." You know.
I go to the supermarket and people go, "Hey, Admiral Tolwyn." I go, "Excuse me? I'm not in the service." You know, you forget. You know, it's such a weird thing.
Well, I'm having fun because things always change. So like now we're shooting on real film, we're moving the camera, we're doing real sets, and so for me, it's still, you know, I get to learn more, and you know, I mean, because I, you know, eventually want to, you know, direct a feature or two as well, and so, you know, as well as doing games, it's kind of like, it's another creative outlet.
It won't be easy killing them from the enemy.
We could use those fighters.
Colonel, the Admiral feels you're in the best position to decide which operation makes the best use of the Intrepid's resources.
Let's go for that shipyard and liberate us some fighters. All right, let's move.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Knock, knock.
People, if you push, we're not going to get on the train.
Away from the platform.
Yes, I just need some air. Let me up to the door. I think.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Rolling. Sound speed.
Amy, can you take this? I'm afraid we'll spill these.
Action.
We pulled back from the edge of this jamming black hole, sir, but, well, I'd have to say we're still only partially cycled.
Oh, boy. All right. We got no choice. Go out on search and destroy.
Hey, that's suicide. There could be a whole fleet waiting out there for us. We wouldn't know it.
No radar, no shields?
Without any guidance systems, the dumb flyers are going to be the only firecrackers worth taking.
Okay. Now something's thrown a blanket on this system. We go out, find it, and put it out of business. Move it. Wing Commander 3 was mostly green screen, which modern audiences are so sophisticated now from watching all those making of specials on TV, as you know, or even on your local weathercasts. With a blue or a green screen, you can talk about the warm fronts coming in and put anything you want behind when the newsreader, the pictures come behind him. In Wing 3, all of our sets were like that, so virtually everything was covered with green, and they'd pop in a slide, and you go look at the monitor to see exactly where you were. Here, as you can see, they've built sets, and it's on 35mm film. It's closer to a motion picture than the last one. Even though the last one, I thought, to me, I loved the challenge of the green screen, you know? I mean, instead of being intimidated by it, I just flew into it. And, I mean, I had some experience knowing what it's going to be like to be working with special effects. They couldn't get me out of the art department. I had to see every model. I had to see the drawings. I mean, I'm sure I drove everyone crazy, but they'd say, "Where's Mark? We need him on set." And they'd say, "Oh, he's up in Stuart Freeborn's office watching him make Yoda skin." But all of it fascinates me, you know. I guess acting is fun, and I do enjoy it, but I want to do a little bit of everything. I guess the unions will frown on that.
Maniac undergoes a lot of changes between Wing Commander 3 and Wing Commander 4. I think he's still, you know, the goofball of the story and everything. But I think that he and Blair start getting to know each other, getting to sort of have a grudging respect for each other. I mean, they're still combative, but they have to admit that, you know, they've survived. They've survived a lot together. So things move on quite nicely in Commander 4, and everybody liked the Maniac character. So, you know, I mean, Maniac's just in it more, and you know, when you put a character in more, it can't just be this sort of one-dimensional goofball. You gotta do more with it. Wing 4 and Wing 3 are very different to work on, because Wing 3, first of all, the actors kind of didn't know what they were doing. I mean, we were in a technology generally that we didn't understand. We were in a storyline that was very complex, and it was just a new thing for all of us. And the company, you know, didn't have the money in order to buy sets like this and get a real movie crew, if you want to call this a real movie crew, and do the things like that. So Wing 4, of course, is just exponentially larger in every respect, in storyline, I think, and in the sets and the approach that everyone is taking to it. It is a big undertaking.
In the world of the future, the alien invaders have finally been vanquished. But one man, deranged by war,
the strong shall survive,
unleashes his vengeance upon a helpless people.
Launch the attack.
We set out immediately.
Now, the galaxy's greatest hero returns.
Battle stations, scramble everybody, all pilots up now! Oh my God!
But this time,
sensors down, guidance systems down.
He just might be too late. Mark Hamill, Malcolm McDowell, and Tom Wilson in an epic adventure that puts our destiny in your hands. Wing Commander 4, The Price of Freedom. Now available on CD-ROM. Get into the game.